Well, there's certainly no shortage of modernization work that has been done, but still needs to be done. And this is across the three primary sectors of the federal space: civil, defense, and intelligence. A lot of infrastructure that continues to need to be upgraded in order that the next generation of things like AI and quantum computing and even cloud computing can be layered on top of that. That's been the driver, especially since the pandemic back in 2020. That's been the driver of federal spend. It continues to be. Every indication from the fiscal 25 budget that the Biden administration proposed and is now enacting is that that's going to continue. There's going to be some areas of accelerated spend. I think we're going to be talking about this in a few minutes with AI, certainly in Gen AI, but the modernization work will continue. It'll be a little different in the civil market. It's going to be more reflective of what's happening in commercial markets, where the civil agencies are looking to upgrade and modernize their infrastructures to improve civil services and citizen engagement, for example. On the defense side, it's about enabling, IT enabling, and digitally enabling the warfighter, as well as digitally enabling communications and the exchange of information between service branches, as well as with in between our military and the military of our military groups of our allied nations.
I would say the main trends that I've been seeing are the broad pushes, like John said, to improve the citizen experience, to bolster cybersecurity, as well as to leverage AI. And to that latter point on AI, the federal government's set to spend at least $3 billion in its federal fiscal year 2025 budget. We also saw a bipartisan group of senators it was this past May, urge Congress to provide civilian agencies with $32 billion into discretionary spending, to research AI and responsibly utilize it. So there is a lot of money in this, and understandably a lot of hype around it. People are calling it a priority and such, but agencies are continuing to rapidly spend on building out their robust, modern IT infrastructures, because ultimately you need that to really reap the benefits of AI. So you need zero trust, you need 5G, and vendors are capitalizing on this. They're leveraging their partner networks. We saw GDIT a couple of years ago. They formed the 5G Edge Accelerator Coalition, and that was part of a push to encourage agencies to adopt 5G edge wireless technologies to enhance connectivity. We've seen vendors ramp up their M&A activity again. I mean, GDIT recently acquired Iron Eagle X, and that's part of a broader trend we've been seeing, where vendors are expanding their capabilities with emerging technologies and AI. And I guess you could call M&A in and of itself a trend, because in 2023 we saw this massive lull in M&A activity. Company valuations were inflated, interest rates were high, and now it's back on the table. Everyone's basically making a move.
We're doubling down on Gen AI, most definitely. And that's as a result of primarily the interest and the inquiries from the client side. Of course, we've discussed it internally. Obviously, it's a major trend in the market, both in the commercial market as well as in public sector markets everywhere. And James mentioned this a moment ago. The overall volume of AI spend is set to accelerate. The addressable market could expand tenfold just in the civil space over the next several years. So we need to be on top of that, and we have already taken action within the research portfolio to do that. We, for example, are adding what we call a scenario discussion in every report that's going to be AI focused. And this is much like we did a year ago when we started focusing our attention more on the cloud market within the federal IT. So now, in addition to that, we're looking more at AI. And then I would assume in the future, we're not quite there yet, but things like quantum computing, that's still very much in its nascent phases. But AI right now is the biggest area of focus for us. And that's going to be across the board. The companies, especially companies like Booz Allen Hamilton and Leidos, the folks at the top of the market, as well as companies like ICF and companies that James covers like General Dynamics, that are themselves taking more of an AI focus. We're going to stay on top of that as much as we can with the focus of our research.